Hi everyone, hi Nick. I have my latest project here to share with you today. This is obviously a prayer journal. Came out much fatter than I thought it was going to. So it is 2 signatures, soft cover where I've used the faux leather in this really pretty blue color. The closure is some stretchy lace with, maybe the camera's not picking it up, it's got a little bit of silver threads in it, so it's really pretty. On the spine is some vintage lace, and I can't remember if I got this at Hobby Lobby or Walmart, this top layer of lace. And the closure is underneath everything, so it doesn't come off. And on the cover, this is an image from Tsunami Rose, and I just trimmed it down and sewed it onto this vintage doily, and just put this organza bow on with it. Let's see, it measures, looks like about 8.5, and it's really fat, so it's like 5.5, 5 3/4 ish. The inside, front and back cover is, this is an old sheet. This was a sheet actually that my mother gave me. So that's sewn onto the leather, and then this is the same vintage lace it's this layer here that's on the spine. It's sewn in under the signatures. There's vintage lace and some Hobby Lobby lace on some of the pages. Printables are Tsunami Rose and Calico Collage, I think. And then some other vintage religious ephemera from my stash. There's a lot of sewing. I've left all the threads really long so they can be removed. The journal is pretty bulky, but if you take out all of the removable elements, that takes the poof out of this considerably. So whoever gets it, I don't have to leave all the stuff in there. I tried to leave lots of open space for journaling, as well as putting in lots of different tags and cards and things that can be journaled on the back. A lot of things have scripture verses on them. These are Tsunami Rose postcards. I did some corner flips. These are Tsunami Rose also, and then this is from a faith kit from Calico Collage. I just used some of the ephemera from that kit. There's fold outs. There's sheet music. This is some vintage ledger that actually came from a diocese in Wichita, probably Wichita, Kansas. So there's a couple sheets of that in here. This is some gorgeous vintage trim on this damask bag, which is empty. Some lined paper. Did some dictionary page pockets. Some bingo cards. I did some Hermelinda tags. A little bit of layering here and there, and then in this pocket is this really old image of a church. It's not a postcard, but it's not a photograph either. It's more like an illustration. It's very fragile. I'm just gonna very carefully put it in there so it doesn't rip. There's some doilies. There's a couple of these in here. They're children's like Sunday school lessons. This is from 1887. There's a couple of those in here. And there's 4 sets of these flip tags. And they each have a different color eyelets. And there's graph paper. This is from a vintage Sunday school book from the 60s. Some Edith Holden. There's a small damask bag with just a tag made out of some scraps of paper. Use some vintage laces for the tabs. This ephemera I've made into a belly band. This is like a library analysis card. Just found it in the stash. And then this flips over so you can write underneath. And this is from a this Bible. It's like a Bible lessons book from 1891. It's all different Bible lessons. So there's a couple of these pages in here. Some new ledger. There's a page from an old attendance book from back when I was a teacher. Some more Tsunami Rose. Just some lined paper. Doily. So fabric and lace flip up. This flips down. It's another one of these bingo cards, and this is a vintage Bible picture card. Some scripture readings there. Altered paperclip. This is the middle of the signature. It's a Tsunami Rose envelope that has the journaling card in there. This little pocket here is this ephemera in the back, and then the card there. Another dictionary page pocket, some ephemera, and a little envelope with a tag inside it. Some more Edith Holden. More of that Sunday school book. Just another set of the flip tags. This is an envelope. I made the bingo card into a pocket. Stitched around it was a flash card and some ephemera. Envelope flips over. There's just some paper, extra paper in there. And then this is covering the flap of the envelope, and that's just a postcard. That's the other half of that church lesson. Another flip up. It's another Permalinda tag. Postcard and some ephemera. Paper bag, a glassine bag with just a little tag here and some ephemera tucked in behind. And in the bag is a vintage copy of the Gospel of John. It's very old. Is it date? This is October 10th, 1937. That's what it says on the back. I know the camera's not going to pick it up, but when you have it in your hand, you can see it. So it's quite old, and there's actually a little handwritten little note in there with lots of misspellings. So that just slips in there. Some more of that ledger, music, fold out, flip up. It's just an envelope with a journal card and another tag that I made. That's the middle, and there's that lace. It's another glassine bag, and I just paper clipped the envelope to the bag. The journal card in there. Just flips on, and this flips over so you can write underneath, and then there's a large tag in there. Some more Edith Holden writing paper. It's another one of those Bible lessons. Flip up. It's another Bible picture card. Some ephemera. And then this is a handwritten bit of like a question and answer about angels and demons. It's written on some lined paper. It doesn't have a date on it, but it is definitely vintage, and it's old enough to have done its own got its own aged patina to it. That's another one of these scripture lesson little pamphlets. There's another paper bag. I'm going to tuck under this lace here, and then I made a little booklet. It's just some extra paper, and it's just sewn on the sewing machine, and I just left the tails really long. So that tucks in there. It's another one of these little bags with a bingo card and a tag, and another one of these in the bag. Cut the corner off of this one. Easier to get that in there. There's some more of that ledger. 3 more flip tags. Another book page pocket. A postcard behind it, and then in the pocket is a little bookmark and another one of these. Some more attendance book. Another fold out. Some more lined paper and some more music. Some grid paper. This is some more of that Sunday school book. This is another fabric flip up. This is a piece of vintage handkerchief. Doily. The little punch outs for making those flip tags. It's another corner pocket. Some ephemera and another postcard. Some more scripture. It's another large Hermelinda tag. It's just, come on. Paper clipped on there. There's another altered paper clip. Those are some vintage buttons. It's the center of the signature. An envelope with the journal cards inside it. Flip down, glued together, and we have a bingo card and another little pocket. Kircher, another doily. This is another envelope. This is one of the bingo cards that I again made a pocket out of, and I just tucked one of these picture cards, vintage picture cards in there, and this flips open. There's some extra paper in there, and then there's also a fold out that all opens up. So you've kind of got a nice little hidden spot to put some extra journaling. That's the other side of that Sunday school certificate. Fold out, plan book, or attendance book, ledger, 3 more book tags, some more ledger, another dictionary pocket, a tag, and some ephemera, another paper bag. And this just has some paper. Pretty good sized. Another flip up. Postcard. And some ephemera, and then, oops, upside down, these little ones. And then the back is the same as the front, and this can be glued down if you wanted to use these as tuck spots, but I just left them open. So that is that behemoth. And this will be listed in the shop, Pumpkin Patch Journals. If you're interested, you can pop on over there and check it out. And as always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and I will be back with another journal probably in a few days. And I'll see you next time. Bye.